It'll be interesting to see if the Ellies switch to dagger focus for that boss, or if they stick with staff. And the teams are underway. Here we go. Looks like Quantify picked one of their members picked Path 2. I also wanted to see Path 2. Both teams are going to stealth and path the mobs, and then proceed to kill these 2 turrets, which will open up the next door. Both teams neck and neck here. They're going to stealth again. And, oh, unfortunately, Snowcrows are blasting a water field. And they're going to be forced to use SR there. It'll give Quantify just a little bit of an edge.
Quantify also used an SR
and
there,
it looked like one of the Snowcrow's thief was revealed. Oh, this is not good. 2 downs. Looks like they are going to be in a very sticky situation. If they can't get him up, if they get the thief up and get some stealth going, it's going to be a big problem. A timely wall of reflect is going to keep them from getting DPS down. That waterfield blast was just very poorly timed. However, looks like Quantify. They are fighting the troll. The troll is going to get... The troll just got feared and is going to get burst down fairly quickly here. Snowcrows stacking might and engaging the troll themselves. The troll leaps, and the troll is dead for Quantify. They are moving forward. Work to do to DPS this troll down and catch back up. That was a very nice recover by Snowcrows. Looked like they could have easily wiped there, but they managed to hold it together and keep from losing a serious amount of time. And it looks like Snowcrows will be finishing off the troll, and they will be going to the next boss that looks like Quantify is ready to take on. And it does look like Goku is respecking his Ellie to be dagger focus. Oh, Scepter Dagger. Oh, Scepter Dagger to stack might, most likely.
Most likely.
He'll probably switch to dagger focus, because I did see him equip Fresh Air, unless my French is very bad.
I don't see a lightning hammer on his bar, so I wouldn't expect him to stick with that scepter for very long.
Nope, he has equipped dagger focus. And it looks like Quantify has begun fighting the boss. They are going to fight him in his face on the stairs. The Guardian, interestingly, has brought Sanctuary on his bar for that extra bit of reflect up time. Unfortunately, the Guardian is down. They're going to get the res off on Hater. And Quantify has the boss at about 60% and not taking too much damage. They're keeping very good reflect uptime. However, the Sanctuary is going to be on a very long cooldown now, and they're not going to have reflects after this wall for a little bit unless the other teammates pitch in with their own.
From my estimation, Snowcrows is about 20 seconds behind at the moment.
Snowcrows has 2 downs at this point. But their health bars are not, the health bars of the 2 bosses are not terribly far apart.
No, they've been catching up DPS-wise. With Quantify out of reflects, they retreated up the stairs a little bit.
Now the difficult part for Snowcrows, he's in his defense phase where he's invulnerable until you work off his invulnerable stacks. They're able to get another burn on him. There's ads spawning. Killing the ads efficiently, not a trouble for a 5-man group, but for a 3-man party can be very difficult, and you can take a lot of damage doing it, as you can see. Quantify has the boss at about 15%. Should be able to get him finished. However, they do have 2 downs. The boss is dropping an AoE on them, and looks like they'll be able to get the res off, especially now that they have the wall of reflect down. They do get the res off, and all 3 members of Quantify are back up, but the bosses are basically at the same hit points values at this point. And Snowcrows may even have pulled ahead. Holy moly, I can't believe they caught up. And Snowcrows did pull ahead. They are about a second or 2 ahead. very impressive for them to make the comeback after that near wipe.
At one point, I think they were even almost 30 seconds behind, so they've made up a lot of time with that boss fight.
They did. And now both teams are going to stealth, make it down the trap hallway. The AoE circles in this hallway cannot be moved through, even with stability. You have to wait for the pattern to end and give you a chance to walk down the hallway. At the end, there is an elite archer mob, which won't really pose too much of a problem for these guys. And after that, they are almost to the final boss of the path. Goku respecking to a staff build for the final boss. Once they kill these two elite Quaggins, they will fight the Butcher. The Butcher has some interesting mechanics. There's 3 turrets around the arena. One gives retaliation, one gives regeneration, and one gives protection. The retaliation turret is by far the most dangerous. The teams will have to take the retaliation turret out. The normal strategy is to fight the boss on top of the retaliation turret. The Butcher has very powerful axe auto attacks that will one-hit light armor members of the party and probably 2-hit a Guardian. The other interesting thing is that periodically he will spin and do an axe spin like a ranger has, which will reflect projectiles. If the Staff Ellie is not careful, he could dump himself by shooting fireballs into that reflect. Snowcrows has put a deep freeze on the Butcher. They are unloading all their AoE. As you can see, the protection and the regen on the Butcher make it a very formidable boss. The teams will do their best to keep the retaliation down and avoid taking too much damage from him. It seems to me that you want to be safer than sorry against this boss because it can get ugly very quickly if you have people start going down too often.
Absolutely.
Interesting. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say someone can try to res, but bring over the boss, and then you have 2 people down instead of 1.
The boss has a very deep cleave angle. His attacks hit basically like 350 degrees. There's a very small safe spot. And it looks like Snowcrows their thief has gone down again. They're going to get the res off. Both teams have the boss at virtually the same health pool. Quantify might be a little bit behind. It's too close to call at this point. The boss is moving around the arena for Quantify. They can't keep him on that retaliation turret. The Guardian for Snowcrows, I believe Abe is playing Guardian. He is at a very low amount of health. He's going to have to wait for his heal to come back up. Looks like it has, and he has healed back up to about half health. Quantify, as you can see, focusing on that retaliation turret. The retaliation turret will chew the teams up very quickly if they are forced to attack the boss while he has that retaliation buff up.
Especially if Ellies are using AoEs.
Snowcrow's thief is down again. They're going to get the res off. The Guardian running for his life. His health is very low, very precarious. Goku doing his best to stay as far away as he can from the boss. Looks like they're trying to work off some Defiant stacks for the boss, so that they can get a deep freeze off. The Quantify team has taken all the Defiant stacks off the boss. They'll be ready for another Ice Bow freeze very soon as it comes off cooldown for their Ellie. And
There's
as you can see,
freeze.
they did it. However, boss unfroze. Hater has gone down. They're going to get the res off. No problem there. Looks like Quantify might have a slight lead, but the health bar is still very close.
We've seen Snowcrows burst down a boss very quickly when we're least expecting it. This could be anyone's fight.
And Hater's down again. Boss is in his spinning phase, so they should be safe to get the res off on him. Interestingly enough, the team's doesn't look like the Guardian on either team is using a mace. I would have thought mace would be good for holding aggro and keeping the team up.
On the other hand, Scepter could be some good damage when you're unable to get to melee for him, if he's standing in an ice field or if he's using his whirling defense.
And it also cleaves on the retaliation turret if he's there. Looks like Snowcrow's going to drop an ice bow, going to try to do as much damage as they can. This is so close! Both teams have the boss at less than 10% health. Quantify trying to burn as hard as they can.
But that retail.
Oh, the regeneration is keeping him alive. Who's going to kill first? Oh, Snowcrows did it! They did it by just about... Well, Quantify hasn't been able to kill yet. They went as deep as they could. But the regeneration on the boss did it. Snowcrows won it by about 5 seconds. The regeneration on the boss kept him alive during Quantify's burn. What a close match. Snowcrows taking it by less than 10 seconds. Wow, that was a